All right. Welcome into Taboo Topics. We've got a special guest with us. Man, tell us who you are. Introduce yourself.
My name is Jabbar Westbrook. Most people call me JB for short.
Mm-hmm. And what's your genesis, man? What's your makeup, man? What you do?
Man, I'm a business owner. I dibble and dabble in a few different businesses. I got a sports bar, got a restaurant, got a record label, trucking company. I dibble and dabble in a lot of the entertainment business.
Mm-hmm. So it's safe to say you're well accomplished, man. You didn't start from humble beginnings and you came up.
Yeah,
man.
Definitely.
That's what we want on this particular side of the game. I run a business called Paint in the Game. So you are like basically the prototype of what we're talking about when we say paint into game. And it's been quite some time. Just glad to have you, man. But this is the segment of Taboo Tops. We're going to ask you a few questions, man. Some are just a little controversial. Some, that we're fun, and then some you just want to see where your ideas or where your head's at, man. Kind of like, I would say, like when you're having a taboo conversation, when they say in the bar, you don't talk about religion, all the, politics, this and that and that kind of type of time. So welcome in, man.
Yes, sir.
All right. So starting with our first question. When you hear the word boss, what does that mean to you?
It means a sense of respect, a sense of accomplishment. For me, especially when somebody called me a boss, what's up, boss? That's the boss or just a big sense of accomplishment.
Well, with that being said, with that big sense of accomplishment, what does it take to get there? You know what I'm saying? Be a boss. What does it take to get there?
Man, a lot of hard work, dedication, a lot of sleepless nights, just being determined to make a difference in life when it wasn't so good in the beginning.
Most definitely, bro. And also, can you describe like being a boss versus being a hustler? Because can I say this first? Because I would say a boss is kind of more this, and then hustler. People confuse the word hustler. I say hustler is more of an individual kind of thing,
right?
And a boss is kind of a network of multiple things going on. So, but in your words, what would you describe it as?
Definitely a hustler is more of an individual type accolade, but you gotta have the hustle in you to get there. Being a boss, you need help along the way. You know what I'm saying? So like it's really no me without you, so to speak. So the people that's under me, or I don't really rank people, but it's people to help you get to where you got to go to be a boss. And, it take a lot of respect and different stuff to go on.
Most definitely. As it becomes you become a boss, and being there, like it's like say for instance, a heavyweight champion. Once you get there, that's the great part. But you know what I'm saying, maintaining and staying there. What does it take to lose being a boss?
Well, I always dreamed of being a millionaire, and business wise and doing stuff. And once I became a millionaire, I more think it was more maintaining the status of being a millionaire. It's more harder to maintain it than it is to get there.
I agree, man. I totally agree with that, because I feel like this. Once you get somewhere or get to some status and things of that nature, yeah, it's a sense of accomplishment. You feel good about it. But when you got to stay there, and then it's like everybody wants the king's head, Right. Some people don't want to be the king, but when you be the king, are on top, or are thriving in your area, there's always somebody out there to cut your throat. You know what I'm saying? Right. Or gain from it. Everybody gets used, and it's good being useful, but there's some that just mainly just want your spot.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And with that being also said, man, my second question, man, do you think there's a underlying or taboo situation between educated, successful people are self-taught successful people. You know what I'm saying? Those ones that would be the hustlers. You know what I'm saying? You know, you get it from the mud kind of type of typical people versus your educated people that goes to the traditional route versus the transitional route.
Well, I would never disrespect nobody that, took their time to go to school and learn business management or learn how to do this and that and whatever their field is. But I'm always gonna favor the on hand experience. The on hand experience coming up out the mud, the bumps and the bruises of it, it's just way more, genuine, I feel, then the spending the money to going to school, even though y'all spent hours and hours and years of going to school, that hands-on experience is just something that you can't replace.
Yeah, like you really, in my opinion, I don't think you can, because it's like, if you know the military or something like that, they train you to go to school to go be an officer, blase. But then the guy that always has boots on the ground and knows experience always gets the respect. So, do you experience any backlashes between those?
Oh yeah, I feel some backlash. Some people look at it like they've been doing so many years or whatever, and then here you come. So yeah, you get some backlash. Some people feel like they're supposed to be where you are, but they might not travel that road and might not be willing to travel that road. One of my mottos is no sick days, no days off. So I have a lot of sleepless nights. Stuff got to be done for you to get where you want to be.
Making the ends fucking meet. You got to make sure those ends meet, because like I said, as you said, I have no qualm or no core about anybody that takes their route to get to the success they need. But I think I read 50 Cent's book at one point in time, and he said, man, I have these Ivy League guys that work for me. They went to Harvard, UCLA, NYU, to come work for some guy from some not disgruntled, but some guy that's basically out of Queens. You know what I'm saying? Some
Right.
Street guy. So, so in that testament, I think that is something to be said. And that's just, my opinion on it. But the third question, man, what's the craziest thing a woman has ever done to you or said to you while doing sex? It can be in the range of disrespect or to the range of mind blowing. I mean, the ranges are wide the fuck open.
We'll try to sum them up.
I'll put you on the spot, then now you in the hot seat.
The strangest thing.
No, it could be anything. We're just like you're doing the do. And as she said something that kind of like just stopped you in the moment. It was just like, damn, she said that, or you know what I'm saying? Wow, she did that.
I think something like that would be more for me, like more in the grounds of maybe it's like our first or second time having sex, and then you crying and you in love while we having sex like this. Oh, like
like this. I think I love you.
Yeah.
Whoa, wait a minute.
Yeah.
I thought we were doing something else.
Yeah, this just is pleasure. We, we ain't come here for all that.
I mean, okay, as
dry your tears up, baby.
Okay, and that being said, was it worth it for that moment in time?
Yeah. I mean, I agree with it. It was good, but it wasn't gonna make me cry and tell you I love you.
Oh shit! So we ain't sparing no heart for these women out here.
Nah, not like that.
Oh, okay, come on. All right, I feel that. Okay, my fourth question. If you were to talk to yourself at this age, to your younger self, which you don't know, what would you say and how would be your approach?
Stay out of the street.
Okay.
it was a long journey in the street. I don't regret being in the street or how I came up, but you know, it's different ways to go about getting somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of stuff has changed, especially since I was younger.
Most definitely.
A lot of stuff done changed. You can't really go about stuff the same way like you used to could then.
Right.
And when you're doing something, make everything count. Everything has to count. Everything need to make sense. You need to think of your consequences to your actions at all times. Take that extra second to think and be like, well, if I do this, this or this may or may not happen. So, that would be my advice.
Okay, I agree with that because with maturity and things of that nature, man, I think as black men, I think we don't start gaining our maturity. We start reaching our 30s. Stuff of that era. It takes us just a little bit longer.
For me, I don't even think I reached mine till I was 40.
I feel you.
So I got 40 wasted years.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I ain't gonna say wasted because it all rounded me to who I am. But right. But 40 years before I really just made a decision to, do what I needed to do as a man.
Mm-hmm.
And I think now getting a hold to people at an earlier age or getting yourself together at an earlier age, a lot of people just don't think about careers. At my age, like my mom then was just getting out of color barriers.
Mm-hmm.
When she had me. So like getting out of color barriers, having kids, and the black community was more like, our parents back then was more like, man, we need to get our kid through 18 years of school,
right,
and then put them on their own.
Right.
They weren't really teaching us the ins and outs like it is today. Like, hey, you need to build your credit,
right? Financial literacy.
Yeah, mm-hmm. A lot of stuff that would have had us straight, But at that time, I think just breaking the color barriers, the more focus was on freedom and
right
and just getting you out of high school.
Basically surviving, to be honest with you. Yeah, man. That now I guess I'm very happy to have not grown up in the South of those times. So I never would like to disrespect nobody that comes from that area. That's something you should always respect to take care of your elders, especially if you're Southern, because you don't know what they had to endure just to get you along through the doors.
Right.
So, you know what I'm saying? That's pretty cool right there. But my fifth question, if you were the governor of Alabama, what would you change about this state if you could change it?
Definitely would change the lottery bill, different gun laws, as far as stuff like that, because it's a lot of money circulating in Alabama that go to different states and surrounding states that could help the state of Alabama. We got bad roads around here, congestion. Alabama is growing, but I don't think Alabama is really equipped for the growth that can come here. So it's a lot of stuff that was self-help Alabama if a lot of stuff was changed.
Do you think it's because of that good old boy policies or the prisons around here that kind of holds it back from advancing?
Yeah, because I think prison is the prisons in Alabama, they are more factory oriented to make money.
Right.
We pay the taxes to house people in prison, and then the prison in turns use the inmates to make more money.
Exactly. Use the cheap labor, like it's slavery.
Yep. It's just a modern day slavery for real. And not saying that some people don't deserve to be in prison, but prison is like a modern day slavery, So
that's how come so in layman's terms or in shorter words, why the state does not progress because they probably want the cheap labor out of it.
Right. There you go.
I mean, that's a solid ass answer. I mean, because if you look around, as you said, it's a lot of resources and money that's flowing through the state of Alabama. Because as you see larger cities kind of like coming to their end, are coming to the end of their road, you start seeing like the Charlottes, and you're starting to see like the Knoxvilles and everything like that. The Huntsvilles is growing. So I think that's a real solid answer. Okay, I think my last question would be this. If you wanted to leave a mark and legacy, not saying dealing with your family or your kids, you just want to leave a legacy about what you have done and what you want to, your statement of what you want to accomplish, which would that want to be, what that internally want to be?
I would tell anybody that it's never too late to do anything. That, if you dream big, it can happen. It's people out there in positions that you want to be, and that you just have to do your homework to try to get there and just never quit. And I want to be a person that, stay humble. I came from the bottom and made it. I want to be an example of somebody that can fumble the ball and pick it back up.
I think that's the one right there. And we're going to leave with that quote, man. You can fumble the ball and pick it back up and still succeed. Well, JB, man, it has been a pleasure of having you, especially in your nice establishment. I heard you got a birthday coming up, man, and and thank you for letting us shoot at good times, man. So if you want to just leave a ending, lasting quote of what you want to say, man, here's the floor to have it, man.
Hey, y'all make sure y'all come out, support the businesses. If you got something going on, let me know. I'll stop by, support, purchase, whatever. I believe in, supporting everybody, supporting each other, especially as blacks, because we all we got, at the end of the day. Hey, y'all have a good day. Hope to see y'all soon.
All right. And we ended out there. Taboo Topics out.